Getting up in the world, we're at Black Button Distilling in Rochester, New York with Jason Barrett. Jason's going to walk us through the distilling process. We're outside. What do we got? What is this?
So everything starts at these silos. We got one full of 15 tons of corn, one full of 15 tons of wheat, and these are going to auger up to our weigh scale up front. So let's head there now.
We're going inside.
Those silos out back go to our weigh scale in the corner. That's going to allow us to weigh out our grain every morning.
How's it get there?
Through the white pipe augers that run through the ceiling.
It's not pneumatic. There's augers in there?
Yep, screw augers.
Got it.
Yep. So that then augers through this small white pipe to our mash tun here. So this is where the cooking happens. So you're going to take 2,000 pounds of grain, 1,000 gallons of water, cook this up for 8 hours every morning. What starts out looking like bread dough ends up very sweet to the taste. You got whiskey mash at the end of the day.
That's the mash tun.
Yep.
Okay, now where do we go?
So then we're going to pump that through the back into the center of the building. We've got our 8 fermenters. These are temperature controlled fermenters. So at any time of year, we can have it be the same temperature. So we got 8 of these guys lined up. We got 720 gallons apiece. They're run by that control panel on the back wall there. Whiskey mash is going to sit in there for a week. The yeast is going to chew through it. 7 days later, we got 12% alcohol by volume corn whiskey mash. That's then going to move into this main still. This is just a 700-gallon pot still. You notice there's no columns on that, so it's just a very, very rough distillation. And just as long as we're back here, right behind you is our research and development still. Not used in the main production of things, but if we want to make something small, we can make 100 bottles on that, where we're making 1,000 bottles on the bigger runs. So once we come off of that main distillation unit, it's going to come out of this pipe right here. And it's going to fill this tank right here with raw whiskey. So as you can tell, little sulfury, not what you really want to drink, kind of analogous to what you might get out of the woods. This is a rough distillation. Methanol, ethanol, propanol, just all mixed together in there. Well, 2 of our fermenters, which takes 1 day on our main still, fills us with 300 gallons of raw alcohol. Tomorrow, 300 gallons of raw alcohol go in this finishing still. And then depending on how we throw these valves, we're going to be able to make whiskey, vodka, or gin. So we got a gin box here. We got a 4-plate whiskey column here. We got a 16-plate vodka column here. This is basically the Swiss Army knife of stills. You can make anything you want, 1,000 bottles a day.
So what's the difference how do the columns change what the still can do?
Yep. So 4 columns for whiskey means you only come off at about 75% pure ethanol, which is what you do for whiskey. Whereas 16 or more columns for vodka, 96% pure ethanol when it comes off the line.
So the more columns, the higher the alcohol
purity
content.
Yep. And for whiskey, you don't want that purity. You want to retain the flavor. Whereas for vodka, you need that flavor. And then gin baskets are really just something you can put a giant tea bag in, blow the ethanol back by it, steam clean all those flavors out, and ultimately end up with flavored. Gin is just flavored vodka.
And the last column down there, what does that do?
That's the condenser. So you need one of those on every still to turn the ethanol vapor back into a liquid.
Everything goes through here as gas.
Yep.
Till the end.
Yep.
Awesome. And this is an artisan still?
Yep. This is an artisan 350, although we've heavily modified it since we got it here. But yeah, put it in fall of 2013, been running pretty much every day ever since.
Wow. Any questions? We called Jason. Jason Barrett at Black Button Distilling. We're in Rochester, New York, all about stills. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.